Right, this is my Kon-Tiki 784. We've waited over a year from Salop Leisure, from Swift, the dealer being Salop Leisure. I've just cleaned it. We've been out in it 3 times. So this is a bit of cleaning by me. So I've added the Malenko mirror protectors on the side here, just in case I bang into anything as I'm driving. There's one on either side. They were very easy to fit. A little bit of fairy liquid. I just put a bit of fairy liquid around the edges, so they would actually slide on. Without that, they were quite tough. But once that was on, they just slid on. Another thing that I've added, because all of this was getting absolutely filthy, so I've added down here the Fiat mud guards. You can see the way they fit down here, really easy. There is a bracket under here. There you can see the bracket under there. That bracket bolts onto the chassis, and then around here there's a couple of little clips. Those clips that you have to add on, and that holds the side. I think I've seen a few videos on YouTube about this, but a little bit of loose there, but they fit quite well. And then what I have done also yesterday, around the back here, I fitted mud flaps. And I've actually put the mud flaps, I've attached them to the mud flap that Swift added on. I mean, the Swift mud flap is actually pathetic. It's a little bit of plastic, and if I go underneath the motorhome so you can see this, how it's actually done. If I pop under here, and maybe that's too dark, but up here you can see there's the mud flap, and then I don't think you can see that, but it's attached. I've attached it up here to the bit of plasticky flap that they do, and the 3 screws up here, and that's all. Those 3 screws is all that was holding the original Fiat flap on that Swift had fitted. I actually think this flap that Swift put on here, the Fiat one, that's been cut, and it's been cut shorter, so it was level with this trim here. So I've used these Land Rover flaps. They go with 2 bolts and a metal bar, and I've secured it through to these. But what I have done, I've used Sikaflex. When I put this back on with the 3 screws, I don't think the 3 screws that were used in the build were good enough. So I've actually put Sikaflex, and I've screwed this back on so the Sikaflex will stick to it, and hopefully it'll give it a bit more security. This is this. I don't know if you can see it, but this here is a bit of plastic flap that Swift have added to try and keep the dirt off the runners on this Kon-Tiki drawer here, and that everyone complains gets stuck. But what I've done by adding that should give a bit more protection to this, or more than say this. So we can only wait and see. I just noticed that. That's where the key fits in there for that lock. That's something to tell the dealer. The dealers are actually, they've ordered me new keys for this drawer, because the key that arrived was bent, and there was only one, so we were actually missing the keys. So they've ordered us some new keys, and also they're going to change one of those locks, those barrels, So the 784 has a massive garage. This is my bike rack on the back. We're still waiting for a tow bar to be fitted. Also, these rear sensors are making a noise. So when it goes in to have the tow bar fitted, they're going to have a look at the sensors. So I think one of these sensors is probably broken and it just needs changing, that's all. I mean, it's something that shouldn't have been delivered to the dealer by Swift, but that's the state of the quality control from Swift. It's non-existent. In here, there's the garage, absolutely massive garage. And there's heating in the garage as well. You've got lighting in the garage, there's lighting on the other side. There are sockets on the other side. I'm using, I've got a clamp on here, and I've also got a steering lock. I've got a stop lock steering lock in there as well. That's been added in. So that's the outside. One of the things that I have noticed online, I've got the dealers going to be looking at all the sealing for me, because I'm not happy with some of the seals around these. It's nothing major, however, I'm not happy with the way they've done this. They put these together. Problem is, this kind of sealant they use attracts all the dirt. So unless you keep it clean, I've noticed even when we were looking around for motorhomes, all around the seals, they end up being dirty and black. And being a bit OCD over that, I'm not happy. One of the issues that I noticed online on Facebook, someone was complaining about this unit here, and what it is, if it's not sealed properly, so the sealant down here and here, but I don't think there's enough sealant across the top, so I'm going to get them to have a look at that, otherwise I'll do it myself. Because if that leaks, some people have had water filling the tray inside, and the water has gone in through here into the centre of the bodywork, dripped down, and it's filled the tray inside. I mean, okay, I've got a 10-year habitation warranty on this, so if there's any issues while we've got it, it'll get sorted. So yeah, that's the outside of our Kon-Tiki 784 a Thule canopy here, and a friend of ours has sold us a Dometic awning that we tried out, and it slots perfectly into this, so we can have a nice big room outside the motorhome. So the outside of our Kon-Tiki 784, purchased from Salop Leisure, and it took a year to arrive from Swift. And now for a tour around the inside of the motorhome. It's got the sort of central locking. The habitation door works with the cab doors. So I mean the cab doors deadlock. If we open this, whoops, door locks back. That was a free umbrella from Salop Leisure. Swift don't supply you with an umbrella. Spent all this money on a motorhome, and they don't even put an umbrella in the umbrella holder. Then again, I suppose, I mean, Audi don't, but BMW cars do. Just a small thing, a little bit of carpet I've just stuck up on there just to stop dirty feet. Interesting in the footwell, they put this rubber matting in here. Fair play. We've found that even though this step is low, to step down, we've still bought a little caravan step to step onto. Normally when we go in, there's that little caravan step. that we've bought. So this is the inside. As I say, that little click you heard there, that was the central locking coming on after a timer. Something you've got to watch out for. If you shut the habitation door and you're outside and you leave your keys inside, this motorhome locks itself, and you could end up being locked out with your keys inside, and that can be a very expensive mistake to make. And the trick is to open a driver or a passenger door when you've unlocked it. Just open it and close it, and that disables the automated locking. You go in, there's 2 cabin seats here. Those cabin seats, they swivel around, so you can get 2 seats here. And then you've got the 2 settees. These settees here, they're fold down, and they end up going to be a bed. What you can do, if I get this out of the way, that table actually drops down, so it lowers all the way down. And then you can flip the table can be flipped over. You pull this support out here, but I won't do it now. But the table flips over. Those cushions go back a bit more, and that then becomes the base for your bed. That just needs moving over a bit more and adjusting, so you can have a double bed here. Lots of cupboard space. They're all these, well, soft close, but lots of storage. That's where I've got my kimchi stored, in here. And what else can I say? Lighting. All of these lights here have USB. They've all got USB sockets in all of those. So this place it's full of USB chargers. You've actually got main sockets here and here, and down there, which is very interesting, on both sides of the motorhome there are USB sockets, and they're USB-A and USB-C, which is really good for all the new devices. We had this upgraded, so we didn't get the standard engine, so we upgraded it to the 180 horsepower 9-speed automatic, which is the latest, I believe it's the latest 9 series Ducato. It comes with the 10-inch display, which is Apple CarPlay and Android, fully integrates. It's wireless enabled, so you don't have to plug your mobile phone into the system. It'll connect to CarPlay over the wireless. That mirror there is for the reversing and the rear view mirror, which is the cameras are on the back of the vehicle. We are waiting for a plastic piece here, which was missing. This whole camera assembly wasn't assembled by Swift when the motorhome was delivered to the dealership. This is one of the things that the Swift factory didn't do. It was just in a box on the seat, and the dealers had to put that in for us. So rather than us wait, the dealers put that in. They've ordered the missing part that's above there. Again, this is shocking quality control from the Swift factory, so ignore what Swift say about how all their motorhomes are checked before they leave their factories. No, they're not. I mean, that's just one item there. I mean, another item which was very interesting. You can't see it really because I think I've got a load of stuff in here, but behind here there is a Wi-Fi controller. The dealers have put that in temporarily for us while we wait for the proper Wi-Fi controller. This motorhome comes with 5G Wi-Fi with 2.5 gigahertz and 5 gigahertz connectivity for the Wi-Fi. The 5G aerial is on the roof, but there were just wires dangling in here. Swift didn't bother fitting the unit. So like the tow bar, it came with no tow bar, it came with no Wi-Fi. But Salop Leisure have been absolutely brilliant, and they fitted that in for me. So we've got internal Wi-Fi in the motorhome while we wait for Swift to come up with the missing parts. What else can we say? Lovely microwave here. I think the Roman Radford's Lindsay calls it a toaster. Sorry, not toaster, a bread bin. I was storing donuts and mince pies in there over the weekend when I was away camping with the Scouts. Fabulous cooker. Love this cooker. Gas and electric. This is my anti-rattle. A couple of quid on eBay. Can't be without my Tassimo for my coffee in the morning. Nice little electric travel kettle here. I've added in a 24-inch Avtex TV. Salop Leisure added for me the TV bracket. It doesn't come with this from Swift, so that's a dealer option, but the dealers, Salop Leisure, just they put that on for nothing for me. And then I added the TV. Lighting here, internal lighting, and this light here is for an awning light, which is on the other side of the motorhome. There's awning lights on both sides of the motorhome, which we found really handy when we were camping the other week in North Wales, because it gave me some light around the other side of the motorhome when I wanted to do one of the jobs. This is new for this year. When we ordered this at the NEC in 2022, that was just a cupboard. For this year, they changed the specification, and they've now added these soft closed drawers, which are really good. Much better than having a cupboard with a drawer inside. So there's 3 drawers here. Whoops, I hadn't shut that one. 3 drawers there, and there's a little cupboard down here that we've got some knickknacks. We keep some odds and sods in here. Standard motorhome. That's where your TV aerial is, and there's my booster for the TV aerial, and that's the MPPT controller for the 100-watt slimline Truma solar panel that's on the roof. It's one of those wafer-thin solar panels. I'm considering having a couple more put on top of the roof, and I'll have to upgrade the MPPT controller if I do that. This is a two-way opening fridge freezer. Ample room in here for us for our bits and pieces. That's for the gin and tonics, but we have ice in the ice box. Make sure that's shut. Opening the door again. Now here's something that was not in the original specification, but seems to have been added by Swift. They've put a little bumpy thing on the floor here, and it holds the door open. So the door doesn't bang shut or anything, which is quite handy actually. Yeah, they've added that. A bit awkward to open it. And also what they added, this little bump stop here to lock the shower door open. The shower, powerful enough, hot enough. I used it the weekend and it was great, absolutely great. I've got to get used to showers in motorhomes though, not using so much water. And I forgot I got away with this at the weekend. I forgot to shut this when I travelled home. Luckily it wasn't windy and I didn't lose it. I must remember that. So that's the shower unit. Oh, there's lights in the shower. There you go. I need to clean my mirror. Again, toilet, cupboards. This, again, is a new addition for 2023. This got fitted to our motorhome, and it's meant to have rubber mesh across here. These blocks here are to attach rubber mesh so things don't fall out of the cupboard. So Swift fitted this new 2023 specification cupboard into the motorhome and didn't finish the installation. And it went out of the factory without being checked. Just little things. When you're spending nearly £100,000 on something, this model now I believe is over 100,000. I think it's quite shocking. You wouldn't get away with this with a car. You wouldn't take it from the manufacturer or the dealership. But they get away with murder in the motorhome industry. And again, that's a sign of poor quality control from Swift. Cupboards in here, in the bedroom, loads of little cupboards there, plenty of storage for your clothes and everything. And there's one in here, and these have lights. These cupboards have lights on them, which come on when you open the cupboard, which is quite nice. Little shoe storage boxes here and here. LED lighting in the bedroom. You can't see it in the daylight, really. Oh, you can. And the LED lighting, you can dim that as well, which is really good. Speakers at the back for sound. We haven't decided what we're going to do with this yet. Probably stick it in the garage because we don't need it. I actually use a CPAP here for sleeping, so this was one of the deciding factors in getting the single beds. These single beds, by the way, are 6'5" long, which is really handy compared to the island beds and French beds. The single beds are the longest beds. I'm 6'1", but these beds are 6'5" long, so there's plenty of room for tall people. These sockets, you've got dual USBs, main socket, lighting. You've got a heating control. You've got a lighting control for back in the van as when you get up. And there's a little shelf up here for you to put your knickknacks on there. And then this, a little cupboard if you want to store things in here. But quite a lot of people nowadays use CPAP and maybe portable oxygen concentrators, you know, when they're sleeping, because there's a lot of people with respiratory and health issues. And this is actually perfect. There weren't many manufacturers that we saw who did this kind of layout. And it's perfect to put the machine here in the middle for when you're sleeping at night to keep you alive. A dinky little cupboard here. Not a lot you can do with that. You could put a few things in here. This is the top up for the heating system, because it's got an oldie wet heating system throughout. Little shelf here. You could put a TV up in here because there are some TV sockets, aerial sockets there. So yeah, I hadn't noticed that up there. I wonder if there's a light up there. Have I got the lights on? No, I haven't got the lights on. That must be a bit of daylight. Omnifan blows in and sucks out. In the centre here, I'll turn these lights off. You do have power sockets here as well, if you want to plug mains in for a hairdryer, if you're using a hairdryer or anything while you're in the bathroom. The nice thing with this is these doors can shut, so you can seal off this bedroom here, and that way if you've got people using the bedroom, people using the lounge as a bedroom, you've got two separate rooms, and then you can close this door here, so you can actually have a bathroom available to both couples if they were sharing the van. Let's shut this. Oh, make sure it's all switched off. And that's sort of the inside, really. What we liked about this is it's so bright and airy, and the fact that there is no bed that comes down from the top, because a lot of the six berthers, they've got that electric bed that really takes some of the headroom out. But there is so much headroom in this. It's amazing. It's so It's really comfortable. It's more like a caravan on wheels than a motorhome, because a lot of the motorhomes we looked at were very cramped, but this isn't. There's plenty of space in here. Very comfortable to drive. That 9-speed automatic on the motorways, I found it really easy so far to drive. Not a lot more I can say about it, really. We love it. Been getting little additions, lots of bits and bobs we're having to buy to add to it. But yeah, happy with it.